So the start of the game was really good. We had top chances, could have, should have scored there already before Brentford had their first corner. I said no to everybody, so I will say it again, and I know people don't want to hear that, but they use everything in these moments. That's why it's really difficult to defend. But I have to watch it back, but I'm pretty sure we could have won probably the header in the first post area. When the ball goes through, Ivo couldn't see the ball even when he arrives there, gets it on his knee and the ball is in. So, you know before the game that they're really strong there. You cannot avoid all corners and these kind of things, but that's it. The game got decided by the second goal in the end, which is absolutely our fault, nothing else. We get away with a offside or whatever it was. I don't know exactly, I couldn't see it back. The second goal they scored was disallowed for offside, I think. Yeah, because it was in front of the goalie, right. So that's all okay, and then we are not awake when they just go directly against our line again, and they can cross the ball and they just score the second goal, and that decided in the end the game. We had big chances in the first half, free header, Ivo, Oxley in the box, when Thiago chips the ball there on the chest, cannot control it, and of course then Darwin's and Costa's chances. And second half we start super, so exactly like you want. You have Robbo down the line, cross the ball, and then you have the goal Darwin scores, which is just doing exceptional, but in the end it's slightly offside. Then we scored this wonderful goal from Oxley, so that's all okay. And then with time and rhythm breaks and going down and a lot of time running down the watch without any football action, we lost precision. We were not that clear anymore. Felt the intensity of the game, and then in a moment when you try to settle again, we concede a third goal which should have been disallowed, because it's a full throttle sprint from two players, and when you then get a push in this moment, you lose balance and you go down. It's of course not a harsh foul or whatever, but it's just a little situation that whistled it away. But Stuart Atwell saw it differently, and the VAR who checked it they hide then generally in these moments behind the phrase it's not clear and obvious, and so third goal. So second goal decided the game. Third goal shouldn't have been allowed, and we should have played better, because with these set pieces, Brentford has always the chance to create chaos. That's what they do, and they do that really well. I respect that a lot, and it's really good and well organized and everything. But we had a lot of chances in not a top class game, and still had these chances, and that's obviously what we know. We have to improve that, and in other moments, the second goal is a present. It's a present to Brentford, and that's the one I'm obviously really angry about. The others, one should have been disallowed, the others is unlucky. So doesn't feel great. Your BBC colleague asked me how much below we are to last year. And he compared the two games when we played 3-3 here. I thought we had tonight more chances than in that game, and so that's okay. And the rest was the same wild and chaotic game than that time. So they put everything in. We took the fight. It's not that we didn't fight, not at all. But in the end, we are responsible for the defeat.
Did the defending surprise you, because you've been a lot better at the back, haven't you? Or was that more down to...
What did surprise me?
You've been so much better, much more secure in recent performances in defensively. So did the defending surprise you today, or was it much more about Brentford's attacking play?
You cannot really compare the different things. So the biggest, like where it looked really that they can score the fourth one, it was after they were 3-1 up. These counter-attacking moments, and that we threw everything up front. So no, the way they play is clear. So, and the defending around the second goal didn't surprise me. It's just not all right. It's just not right. So they just chip the ball in behind, and we can deny the cross. I think with two players they are doubling, but let him still cross the ball, and then obviously they come with two players in the far post area. We knew before the game, so you need to know where they're coming from, and then you can step in. But we didn't do that, and that's why this goal is the one we should have defended. But this has nothing to do with general defending. You cannot defend long balls all the time. It's not, what can you do? They were super direct. That limits them in some aspects, but for these kind of game, it gives them always a chance to create a real chaos, and that's what they do, and they organize that extremely well. All my respect, so that's good, but you cannot defend that clear cut all the time. You have to fight as well, and you have to use your own opportunities, because that's obviously their defending is now not like that they don't that the opponent has no chances. So I think it would have been no surprise if the game is 2-2 after 55 minutes or whatever. So, and then from there I would have loved to see the game, but it didn't happen because of us. And then when the third goal, when they scored the third goal, then you could see, after very intense games we had now, and this today was super intense as well, it didn't look like the biggest belief was there anymore.
Hi.
Hi.
Could you just explain the substitutes at half-time, and was Van Dijk an injury, or was that tactical as well?
No, both not, hopefully. So it's like Virgil felt a little bit the muscle, and but that is fine, and he's a very good judge of these kind of things. But I didn't want to take any risk. The physios looked quite happy when I said we don't take risks. But I think it's not an injury; it's just we felt intensity. Yeah, and the other two things were tactical. We obviously have the opportunities. We could bring Naby, who I think played a really good game, and Robbo. And Robbo was with the first action after half-time, was directly exactly what we needed. We needed that speed in behind. And so that was the reason for these two changes.
And just another one on, what did you say to the team at half-time? Because you said they started really well in the second half.
We started well in the first half as well.
Yeah.
So, didn't we? Yeah. Look, so nothing really special. We have just to remind the boys on the things we need to do to cause Brentford the problem. So 2-0 is a result. It's good. For the one is 2-0 lead, but it's very dangerous as well. So, and I think we showed that immediately when 2-1, we were much closer to score the equalizer than they were to score the third goal. But it stayed a big fight because they threw everything in again. Of course, they deserved the win. It's clear. But in the end, how I said, the second goal decided the game, because coming out of half-time and scoring the equalizer would have been much nicer than just the first goal. So that's it.
Do you consider this a step back compared to?
Yeah. We lost.
Yeah.
How could it be a step in a different direction?
Yeah.
Sideways. Sideways.
Absolutely, you're trying to get back to that fourth position, or at least better.
Oh yeah, of course. So we can change our position only by winning football games, and that tonight is obviously opposite. So we didn't gain any points. Cannot take any kind of confidence. Cannot take nothing from it. But so, how I said, we have to win football games, and that we have a lot of players not available in the moment, and that you can see that in changes. I mean, we change. It's now not that we have just can throw in offensive players and stuff like this to give somebody a rest, or say, okay, come on, you did enough for today, so they all pretty much have to fight through. Yeah, but that's the situation. No, nothing else.
Last one up in front.
So it must be very disappointing to lose today. What do you think the job that Thomas Frank has done at Brentford?
I didn't understand the second part of the question. It's very disappointing, yes, and then Thomas.
What do you think the job that Thomas Frank has done at Brentford?
Oh, outstanding. He's not only a great coach, he's a nice guy as well. So doesn't mean that we always agree on all the things what happen on the sideline, but I respect the work he's doing a lot. When I say and they do, when I say they stretch the rules in offensive set pieces, don't get me wrong. So that's smart, but they do. If you would single out all the situations, you would find 5 fouls, but because it's so chaotic, nobody sees it in the end. So, and that's what they do, and it's really good. It's really, really good. And how they react on different things, and they play against us like this, and they play against other teams playing football, and it's a fantastic job he's doing here. The club can be really happy that he signed until 2037 or what? It's really long, right? Yeah, great club, great atmosphere. Everything is good.